Today I'm thrilled to introduce one of Negative Supply's most long-awaited and most long-anticipated products in company history, our Pro Film Carrier 4x5. We've been developing tools for 4x5 sheet film scanning since all the way back in 2019 when our original 4x5 sheet film holder launched. And over the years, after many thousands of users using our sheet film scanning tools, we've gathered quite a lot of feedback, and all of that feedback has gone directly into the product development of our 4x5 Pro Film Carrier. Designed with the influence of our basic 4x5 film scanning kit in mind, our new Pro Film Carrier 4x5 is designed to work both with our 4x5 LightSource Pro models and our existing 4x5 LightSource Basic Mark II models. Designed to mate onto one of two different bent metal adapter plates, the Pro Film Carrier 4x5 has 4 registration pins to mount onto an adapter and then securely mount straight onto your light source. So here's an example of the Pro Film Carrier 4x5 mounted onto our bent metal 4x5 LightSource Pro adapter plate. This simply goes straight on top of the light source and pushes down for a snug, secure fit. For the purposes of this video, prototype devices are shown for both the carrier, the retaining pins, and the masks. So I'll highlight a few of the new features quickly. For one, this is our first 4x5 film scanning solution that is actually hinged. So the way that this works, previously you would take off the top sheet of glass or acrylic, put your film down, and then put the top sheet of glass or acrylic back on manually. This is a slow and cumbersome process. So obviously hinging would be a wonderful solution, but that did introduce a few problems. For example, different films are slightly different thicknesses and so on. So our hinging device on the Pro Film Carrier 4x5 is actually a unique floating hinge design that automatically compensates for thicker or thinner films to give absolute flatness every time. When you open the hinge mechanism, it has an automatic stop and it won't just easily fall back down on you. When you close the hinge, it has dampeners to absorb the shock and ensure that your glass does not shatter. One thing that isn't unique to this carrier, but is part of the shared legacy of all of our sheet film scanning tools, is that when you are scanning 4x5-inch film with this device, you get 100% of the rebate, every bit of the film border to help tell your full story. You can additionally ensure optimal flatness with our hinge design by using these 4 independent CNC machined aluminum adjustable knobs on top. These allow you to ensure that there's an optimal gap for the thickness of your film. By default, the Pro Film Carrier 4x5 comes factory shipped with 2 pre-installed sheets of A&R glass, on the top and the bottom. But one of the biggest benefits of this new system is not simply that it does 4x5 with a floating hinge and all these other cool features. For me, one of the single most important things is its multi-format capabilities. For years, Negative Supply users had asked for ways to scan single cut frames of 35mm film, or maybe single cut 6x12, 6x7 centimeter, and so on. Now we have a solution for all of these single cut frame formats. When you open the Pro Film Carrier 4x5, simply engage and pivot out these 4 thumb screws, and then the glass comes out, and then there are retaining clips as well. You only have to take one of these out. We have a full array of CNC machined aluminum single frame format masks that have pre-installed A&R glass from our factory. So you would just put this mask into the bottom of the carrier, put the retaining clip back in place, and then re-engage the locking knobs to secure everything down. Our film carriers had previously never worked super well with strips shorter than 3 frames. But now, for so many folks who have these single cut frames of film, you can easily mount them here into the carrier. So the masks that are launching alongside the Pro Film Carrier 4x5 actually have an incredibly thinly machined pocket of aluminum removed. It's about 0.5 millimeters thick. This is incredibly difficult to do, requires essentially aerospace machining tolerances. We've had to use a variety of partners to ensure that this can be optimally done to work perfectly for single cut frames. So you would just install that individual piece of film and then close the hinge. And again, because we have these little adjustable screws here, we can flatten everything out nicely, and you can see that happen in real time to get a flatter, sharper scan. At launch, there's a variety of masks available. There's single cut 35mm full frame, single cut X-Pan, and then we have 6x4, 6x6, 6x7, 6x8, 6x9, and 6x12. And then last but not least, a 1/16 or 6/16 negative for those vintage film formats. And there will be additional masks to follow. To ensure that you can capture the full rebate of your 4x5 negative with optimal light fall-off performance, you will want to use a full frame equivalent lens of 100mm or longer. If you're predominantly going to be using this system for single cut negatives, let's say 6x9 and smaller, you can really use just about any focal length lens you want down to a 50mm macro. Scanning a 4x5 negative with this new product is quick and easy. You'd simply start by making sure you have the correct glass installed, open the hinge mechanism, put the sheet of film emulsion side down into the carrier, close the hinge. Then you would do any fine-tune adjustments you might need to do here with the little set screws for the floating hinge, and then capture your scan with the full rebate included. There are a couple other things we solved for when creating this new system of products for 4x5 scanning. For one, when you open the hinge, we wanted to ensure that it wouldn't fall backwards because there's so many metal components here, it was very heavy. So now with these registration pins and the magnets that connect to the adapter plate, you ensure that this will not tip. It gives you a nice, solid, confident workflow every time you use it. This product has been in development at Negative Supply for over 2 years. We've gone back and forth over time on really how to manufacture and how to assemble this tool. And for me, I shoot a lot of 4x5 and 8x10 personally. If you've watched Negative Supply videos over the years, you know this. You've probably seen us post some of those photos on our Instagram account over time. For me, when I'm shooting large format or I'm buying equipment in this realm of the photographic space, I want uncompromising quality, build, etc., performance. And so that is really what we leaned into with this new product. Every single part is a custom CNC machined either steel or aluminum component, many of which using aerospace machining tolerances. Everything is either powder coated black or anodized black. The silver parts are anodized clear. These things are not going to tarnish. They are built, machined, and powder coated and anodized to withstand the test of time. It's a professional tool built to professional standards. Additionally, the masks. Every single component is metal besides the glass. All of the adapter plates, metal. That is something we're really committed to, is when you're buying a pro product like this, it needs to not only have pro features, but it needs to have a pro build quality. It needs to be something you're going to have absolute confidence in. Seeking out quality with the components when manufacturing this product didn't just stop at the machining or sourcing of expertly produced A&R glass. Went a bit beyond that. Additionally, we have custom produced bearings inside here to ensure that this hinge operates smoothly and precisely every time, as well as the pins and dampeners for when this closes. All of these components have been custom made for this product. Last but not least, I did want to show one other accessory that's going to be available at launch. This is still a prototype device for the video itself, but this is our first ever film scanning hood for a 4x5 film carrier. This is just going to mount directly on top of the carrier. It magnetically engages. And then one of the reasons we made this a little shorter is where you could still open up the hinge, leave the hood installed, and not have it strike your lens or your copy stand. There will be extensions available at a later date. Our ProFilm Carrier 4x5 is sold by itself. Masks are sold separately. There will be bundle packs of masks available later. The light source adapter plates are also sold separately. Do keep that in mind. If you have a question about, hey, is it compatible with this or compatible with that in terms of lights, we really have, at least at launch, made it explicitly compatible with our 4x5 Light Source Pro and our 4x5 Light Source Basic Mark II models. It doesn't matter whether you want to use the 97 or 99 CRI models, all of those will work very well. Just ensure you select the correct adapter plate when you check out. So again, we are thrilled to introduce this new product to you, not just for 4x5, but for the world of film scanning, for all those fun specialty formats and every single cut frame size you can imagine. Thanks so much for your years of continued support of our small business, and until next time, shoot some film.